Well, good day, viewers. I was just got a bit of a rough camera set up, so just bear with me. I was just listening to one of the Queensland senators about the Bruce Highway, and you wouldn't believe it, another horror crash on the Bruce Highway. 3 dead after horror crash. There's the bus. Reports 3 dead, dozens injured in horror bus and caravan crash on the Bruce Highway. 3 people have died and dozens have been injured following a major crash involving a bus and a 4-wheel drive towing a caravan in regional Queensland. Emergency services rushed to Wilson Creek Rest area on the Bruce Highway about 8 kilometres north of Gumlu just after 11 a.m, closing the major highway in both directions. Police have confirmed there were 33 people on the bus and 3 of those people, all female, have died. Queensland Ambulance Service said earlier that paramedics had assessed 27 patients, with 20 of those having minor injuries. Police Superintendent Graham Payne said that there was significant impact between the 4-wheel drive travelling southbound and the bus travelling northbound on the 100-kilometre stretch of road, resulting in very significant consequences, and there's a picture of the side of the bus. We haven't determined any factors that have been contributed to the crash at this stage, but certainly a crash of this nature involving this many people is a very significant, very tragic accident for us, he said at a press conference just after 3 p.m. He said injured passengers have been taken to Air Hospital and Townsville Hospital, with 1 person flown from the scene of the crash. There's pictures. Quas said in an earlier update paramedics are on scene assessing several people, some with life-threatening injuries, following reports of a 2-vehicle crash involving bus on the Bruce Highway north of Bowen. 2 rescue helicopters have been tasked to the scene. So if you look up the news,
So 3 people have been killed and 4 left with life-threatening injuries in a crash on Queensland's Bruce Highway. The accident occurred at Gumlu, north of Bowen, in the Whitsunday region. It involved a passenger bus and a car towing a caravan. The bus, carrying 30 passengers, had reportedly come to a stop on train tracks. Paramedics are currently treating dozens of people with injuries.
Here's the police on this.
I can confirm that shortly after 11 o'clock this morning, a traffic crash has occurred on the Bruce Highway about 8 kilometres north of Gumlu. At the time, the traffic crash has involved 2 vehicles. A 4-wheel drive towing a caravan was heading in a southbound direction on the Bruce Highway, and a bus was travelling in a northbound direction. There's been a collision between those 2 vehicles, very significant impact and very significant consequences. I can confirm that there were 33 people on board the bus at the time. Unfortunately, 3 of those people are currently deceased. We've had a number of people that have been treated at the scene for injuries. Some of those people have been taken to Air Hospital and Townsville Hospital, and I can confirm that 1 person has been airlifted due to the significance of the injuries. At this stage, the accident, the crash is under investigation. We haven't determined any factors that have contributed to the crash at this stage, but certainly a crash of this nature involving this many people is a very significant and very tragic incident for us. There are currently the Bruce Highway is closed in both directions. There are significant delays on the highway, and if I can just advise anyone planning to use the highway to take that into consideration. If there are alternate routes to that, if you can delay your travel, please do that. From an investigative point of view in relation to the traffic crash, I'd just like to request that anyone that may have any information or may have any dash cam or anything that may assist in the investigation, can you please contact police, either your local police station or through 000. I think I just want to take the opportunity to say that this was a very significant incident. I'd like to acknowledge the community members and the first responders on scene. And a crash like this is very, very confronting. And the first responders and the community members on scene at the time have done a very significant job in trying to help those who are injured and safeguard the scene and try and assist those with medical attention. So, yeah, it's a very significant incident, and the role that they've played in helping people has been, really, really encouraging. So.
And viewers, just by coincidence, this morning I come across this. This is Matt Keane, National Senator, talking about Queensland.
Got to, because we haven't been investing in reliable forms of power. Our energy systems now are very fragile, very short, and prices are going through the roof.
And Matt, up your way, 1.3 billion is being slated for a wind farm up in Rockhampton, I think it is. I mean, this is the sort of huge amounts of money that are going into renewables. Yet Labor mock the coalition's nuclear strategy for being expensive. Yet all this money is being spent on these boondoggles like wind farms and solar farms.
Yeah, well, just in the Queensland budget the other week, the Queensland government put $500 million of taxpayer money to that wind farm, just taxpayers' dollars going there. And meanwhile, I just drove back along the Bruce Highway from Brisbane yesterday, and it's in a shocking state. I've never seen it in such a poor state. It is a dangerous road. And meanwhile, the Queensland government has enough money to put $500 million to a private sector investment that is not working, that is making our energy system less reliable. And yet we have just roads that are in a shocking state of disrepair. We have a health system where you have to wait weeks to get basic things done. I know many people have had breaks their arms and legs. It takes weeks to get a cast. What is going on with our country? Our country is crumbling before our eyes, and our government puts money into 50-cent public transport fares and hundreds of billions of dollars to boondoggles from private investors. Why aren't our governments focusing on the real problems right in front of their face? I mean, you've got to expect that what they're trying to do is distract us from those real things we see in front of our face, the crime, the decay in our hospital system, our inability just to keep the lights on, and they get us to focus on saving the planet and look over there. So don't look at the things I could fix. Let's focus on something I can't fix and will never be held responsible for.
Matt Canavan, fantastic.
So there's Senator Matt Canavan warning that the Bruce Highway is a dangerous road. That's his words. You work it out yourself, guys.